So my name's Margot Young. I work in Wellington, New Zealand. I've been a facilitator for 11 years. I've got two dyslexic sons who are now in their early 20s and have both benefited from programs. I'm also the director of Davis Dyslexia Association Pacific, and I've been doing that for a couple of years now. One of my lovely success stories is a young boy who was 9 years old when he came to see me, and he had a lot of difficulty with reading and writing. Very intelligent boy. He could actually talk about lots and lots of stuff, and that was his major strategy to get away with doing reading and writing. It was to tell you all about stuff. And his mother saw an article that had been in the newspaper, and so I met with him, and yeah, he did a program with me. Not long after I worked with him, his mother passed away from cancer, but his father was determined to carry on the work and complete the post-program work with his son, and they did complete all of that. Then about 9 years later, he rang me and asked me what was a good university that he could go to that would be supportive with his learning issues. And I asked him, oh, what are you doing at university? He said, oh, I'm actually going to do a double degree in law and commerce. And I said, well, you must have done pretty well at the New Zealand standard exams. And he said, actually, I did very well, and I did Cambridge exams. And from not being able to achieve much at school as a 9-year-old to be looking at doing a double degree in a very language-based subjects was just stunning. And for a young man to have that sort of confidence and say, yeah, actually I did really well, and to have the determination to go through and complete all the Davis post-program work, you know, when his mother had passed away, just is bubbly, you know, and just gives you those warm fuzzies that you get, and you can't beat it. The benefits for the boy, stunning, and what that young man is going to be able to provide in terms of what he can contribute to society versus what he may have ended up doing if he hadn't done a program. Who knows? Another story is, like, I worked with a young man a couple of years ago who was in his early 20s, ADD and very dyslexic. And he was just doing odd jobs, and he'd get sick of working for people and he'd quit and not carry on. And he had a relationship with his childhood sweetheart, and he was really wanting to keep that going. But he would, every now and then his friend would turn up and they'd go, oh, come on, have some beers, and he'd go away and have some beers, and 3 days later he'd turn back up at home, having missed picking up his girlfriend some important event or something like that, and it was causing him grief. And he really loved her, and he didn't want to ruin, he wanted the relationship to continue. And that was his goal, was to maintain that relationship with his girlfriend. So we did an attention mastery program with him, but I also talked to him about how, you know, he couldn't be dumb and dyslexic, he had to be bright. But attention was where his goals were maintaining this relationship. So we did the attention mastery program, and as part of personalising the concepts, we worked through the scenarios where his friend was coming along and he went away and he didn't come back, and then at the end of it he clay-modelled his girlfriend yelling at him and, you know, everything being bad. So we went through what other things could you do, and he said, well, I could tell my friend to go away, and yep, and how would that work with a relationship with your friend? Oh, that wouldn't help much. And he said, no, but I could just say, oh, well, I can come with you, but I've only got a few hours. And so, and what would happen then? And then he had the end scenario was him on the couch cuddling his girlfriend. So yeah, 2 years later, it's 2.5 years now, I caught up with him just recently, and still with his girlfriend. He has left home. He's living in a different city, 4 hours away from home. He's actually got an apprenticeship as a panel beater, and he's doing so well, they reckon he's going to finish it early. And he's loving his job, and able to maintain a job and a relationship. So yeah, that's pretty cool.